Okay, other window.
Now do the other window.
Put your face close to the window.
There it is. Cut.
So Suspicious Auspicious was kind of a fun track to record because we really wanted to capture the live energy of a fresh jam. And a lot of our songs are written as jams to start with. Pretty much all of them are.
I don't even remember how we came up with the chords. I think it might have been a modified version of another song that we then tweaked. And then we just jammed on it for like a couple hours. And it just so happened that we had a studio session booked coming up. And we were like, you know, let's just try to capture some of that live energy that we excel at in the studio.
We thought, okay, we have everything set up, so why don't we also bang this one out? So it's basically a 2-chord vamp, and we each take solos and go nuts with it.
Even though we barely know this tune, and capture this raw energy that we're feeling from this song. So we went in and went for it, and I forgot all the chords at the beginning of the session.
Maybe I guess just film all of us lots because we don't even know what's gonna happen. Everything rolling?
Yeah. None of you.
All good in there?
It's rolling, okay.
So who starts? You?
I guess me.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe I'll just do it once through and then before we drop it.
Is that the start?
One more and then one more time of that.
Okay. Okay, let's do it.
Instead of the double length. Okay, ready?
Random jam, take 1.
Time shift version 2.
Time. I was gonna say time shifted.
Time shifted! Nice.
Okay, sorry. I don't want to limb.
Okay. And now we're rolling.
Like Orion forgot his bass line or something. We kind of had to like have like a group huddle, like, okay, what were the chords?
What is this, B minor?
It's a, like, yeah, E minor.
Okay.
We went into the studio with limited to no preparation.
And was like sketchily listening to videos on my phone of the original jam, trying to kind of remember the bass line and the chord progression.
And then once we got it all down, we just hit record, and I think it was like a one take thing.
I think it was the first or second take, and we went with it.
Okay, let's do this.
It was like 3 a.m. when we recorded it, so we were all kind of like tripping.
I don't think they're listening.
Are you guys listening?
Are you listening?
I think we had like too much coffee, but even coffee doesn't do anything after like 2:30.
C'est like craquer un peu, genre. Bon, we'll see what happens.
Does that one still have une bonne batterie?
Yeah, 58.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this one's plugged in. Is this cool? It's pretty cool. Dude, those muffins are so good.
Oh, I'll make you some more.
Vraiment bon, man. Oh, shit.
So there was a little bit of like surreal kind of waking dream vibe to the whole night that kind of maybe added to the vibe.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
So the video was also kind of in the same vein of like an impromptu experimental vibe. We were in Vernon, BC, and we realized flights were cheap, and we were like, yo, VJ, you should come to Vernon and hang out and let's like enjoy the beach. So he flew out too, and we had like a little vacation down there. And we actually, it was like a working holiday, I guess, because we recorded our other music video Time Shifted there. And that video took a whole day. It was like super busy. We had a ton of people out. It was really complicated.
We had just finished filming another video the day before, and it took up like the whole day. And then that day was one of our last days in Vernon, the following day. And we were like, we're gonna go to the beach and relax. And then Orion's like, wait, I just planned this whole music video and we have to do it now.
I woke up that morning and I was like, yo, we're already all here. Why shoot only one video? Let's do another one. And I pitched the idea to Varajan and Marina.
And I was like, okay. But I was like, but we're going to the beach at this time and I'm not missing the beach.
We had to go to the beach and swim.
We decided, okay, we'll do the video, but we're not compromising our beach time. We're gonna make sure we fit both in.
So we did the video in like 45 minutes or something.
It was filmed all less than an hour. It was a very, very quick project.
The band was hanging out here for a week in the summer. We had this free time and they were here to shoot that other video, which took a day or two of planning and shooting. This video was conceived in an hour and put all the props together and then we shot it in 45 minutes.
It was a crazy short and focused video, and the concept was kind of showing how tour life is very much like cabin fever, and how when we're locked in a van traveling for 8 to 10 hours a day on the road, we get this kind of crazy, funny vibe going on. And over the course of 3 months on tour, it gets even more crazy. So we put ourselves in this trailer and just got a bunch of props.
The track is really a groove jam track, and the way the video came out, it sort of fit that because it just flows around and around and you keep getting new things and new musical ideas, and that's sort of what happened with the trailer scene where we're going around and they're doing different things and different props and different musical instruments. And it was all improv, just like jazz.
So the concept was basically have the camera panning around and we're each in different places doing different things, holding interesting objects, holding instruments, drinking lots of coffee, and just like capturing the vibe of, you know, being in a tour van for weeks on end and kind of going a little stir crazy, cabin fever, that kind of a vibe.
We just came up with ideas about, well, what could they be doing if they're locked in this trailer for a week or two or 10 and try not to kill each other.
Drank tons of coffee and just did our usual tour life routine, but in this old school trailer.
Playing cards, playing music, drinking coffee, sort of what bands do on the road, you know, all those things when they have free time on the road, when they're not busy.
It really related to the pandemic and how a lot of people felt as well, us included, kind of isolated and going a bit stir crazy at home. So I think it was kind of nice to show that in a humorous light and just kind of have fun with it and show how we deal with that when we're on tour.
It was like a pandemic / tour life video, like about cabin fever, when you've been locked in a small space with the same people for perhaps too long, but maybe not if it's the right people. So I think we have the right people, so it's good. And basically we just like showed weird stuff that we did to entertain ourselves and being creative when you're maybe limited in what you can do with your creativity.
So basically, it was the best shoot I've ever taken part in. It was really good. It was the only shoot I've ever taken part in. Probably the only one I ever will take part in. It was good.
And just trying to keep it fresh, live a good life despite the trials. Orion and his dad directed it pretty much.
No, I didn't direct it. I mean, there was no director really. It was more an organic happening, and it just came together. We set up the camera on a rotating table, and I just spun the camera around and we scanned the trailer, and each time we came once around it was a new take. And that worked out pretty well, except I had to get out of the scene. And so I had to duck down each time the camera was spinning around while I was turning it.
There was no like redoing takes or like fixing stuff that was weird. It was like, you did it, that's it, move on.
I didn't even really photograph it, though I was the photographer. All I really did was turn the turntable on which the camera was seated, and duck out of the way when it spun around so it didn't hit me and I didn't knock it off. But in that sense, it just came together.
Get the takes, let's go. And we made it to the beach.
You can't be laughing like that. Cut!
Dude, priorities.
It was great. So it was fun.
Just want to give a big shout out to Pedro Lapi. He's a friend of ours from Brazil who's a great filmmaker, and we connected online just by checking out each other's work. And it was really cool to have him do the color grade for the clip, because we had already created this concept and done the cut and made this video, and the color grade really affects the mood and the vibe of the clip. So even though we had this product that was finished, when we gave it to him, we were giving him the creative liberty to kind of put the finishing touch and create a vibe and a mood for the video. And he did an awesome job. It really fit the comedic vibe while still having like a really gritty and powerful, like a darker kind of cinematic look to it, which is really nice. It's really cool how we're so far away and yet we were able to collaborate on this. It was really awesome working with him and can't wait to work with him again. And yeah, check him out on Instagram and all his work. It's good stuff.
Turned out to be pretty funny.